Brisbane.
All right, we're good.
The link, we did that one up in 2016 up in Brisbane. So yeah, as I said, there's some past projects there, but if you bring in clients here or talking or selling specifically Hope Island, we've got number 1 Grant Avenue, which is over there. So we've got building 1 and building 2. So building 1 was our waterfront one, building 2 was poolside. So we completed the first one. It would have been 12 months just gone Christmas. So about probably 16 months old that building would be. And then that one literally just completed in November, December. We had our settlement. So it's sort of like a Christmas settlement for everybody. So yeah, I guess if you do bring clients here, the good thing is you can actually say, because if they want to say, oh, what's some past development or can you show us some of their past work? We have got it over there. No, we don't have any displays available to use. We did. But we have that much demand for rentals over there at the moment. And because sort of pretty much half of the building on the waterfront, I would say over half, and then a good portion of even building 2, having first home buyers and things like that as owner occupiers, you know, only 50 to 60% of that would be investors. So we have a huge demand for rentals over there, and therefore the one display that we were using for the past 12 months or so since we completed over there has actually been put back into the rental pool. Just to give you an idea of that, it's a 2-bed, 2-bath, 2-car, and that's renting for I think $8.20 a week. So we've got really good rental yields out here. So this is Athena Residences, the one that's currently under construction. So you can see all the fill being taken out at the moment. So we're building the basement. So that will be again building 1, building 2. Building 1 again is waterfront. Building 2 isn't as big as building 2 was in Grant Avenue. Building 2 in Athena Residences was only 63 apartments. They were a mix of 1 and 2 bedrooms. On the waterfront, it's 2 and 3 bedrooms. Out of that, I think we've got 2 Sky Homes left. So that's great for owner occupiers or lock up and leave. Although I do think even a high-end rental, any of that goes well at the moment. So we've got, they're around 1.695 up to just under 2 mil what's left on the waterfront in those 2. Going on to another current project, if you go down Grant Avenue there where that blue car is just driving, so that's Grant Avenue down there. The development right next door to number 1 Grant, that's actually a retirement village, so that's Vision by Halcyon. Right beside that site is number 31 to 35 Grant Avenue, so that's our townhouse development. So that one, I guess, if you've got a buyer or investor who particularly wanted to buy a townhouse, not an apartment, that's what we have there for those particular buyers. They're all 3-bed. Some of them are 3-bed with 2 living areas. Some of them are 3-bed with just your downstairs living and dining. They start at $875, what we have left. So we've got a couple in there at $875. They're for Middle Boulevard. So they've got one on each side. We've got, I think, 1 corner left at the moment, lot 22, that's $895. So if they want an end one, not a middle, slightly more expensive, but they're still under $900K. So again, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, right? We've got a downstairs powder and 2 bathrooms upstairs, one of which is en-suited, all under $900. We also have a couple of waterfront villas there. So there is a duplex, so there's only the 2 under the roof, so only the 1 common wall. They're 1.5 flat, all of them. So we've got 2 or 3 left there. They're really lovely. They've got their own little plunge pools, built-in sort of outdoor barbecue area. They've got their own gatehouse and stairs down to the boardwalk. So for owner-occupiers, they're a beautiful product. But again, even a high-end investor who might want to lock up and leave or just rent it out on a long-term lease. In the development down there, they'll still have a nice communal space. It's got, I think off my top of my head, it's about 700 square metres in the middle. Lawn space, it's got outdoor dining, barbecue, and a nice big pool as well. So you've got your community pool, plus the waterfront has their own plunge pools as well. So that's the townhouse development. We don't have anything down on that site there. It's literally just vacant land. We're about to knock over the old house that's on there. That one will start construction by about June this year. So June to June. While we're talking about construction, we've got a Nico Constructions as well. So as you can see out there, and feel free to take some photos of it for your clients. We're a builder developer. So all this negative press at the moment about builders going under, we're not affected by that because we don't engage with external builders. So it's been actually very good for us to be a builder developer, and good for you because I guess you can tell your clients, you know, what you're buying here is definitely going to get built, because there's lots of projects out there at the moment and they might have been fully sold out and a beautiful development, but they're not going to come ahead. They're just not going to happen. So I don't know what's going to happen with those ones. But yeah, so under construction, about to start construction. The site that we're actually on now, so again, the water's that way because we're on like an island, so the water goes around us here, will be Athena Keys. So that's going to be our final, that's Athena Residences on the TV, so that you're looking at, so that's the one that's under construction here. But the one that's here on this site will be our final development here on Hope Island. So it's our last one out, so we're going to go out with a bang. Quite similar to Athena Residences. It's going to have 90 in building 1, and I believe, Peter, is it 90 in building 2?
90 in building 1.
Yep. 90-ish, let's say, for building 2, we'll confirm that. Sorry? 88? Okay, well, 90-ish, there you go, on both. So you got your waterfront, and then you also have your poolside. Now, because we own both pieces of land, we've done the master plan really nice, which I will show you. So it's facilitated where you've got sort of building 1 on the waterfront, and then you got your pools, and then instead of putting building 2 here right beside where Athena Residences, we've put it over on this side, so on the other side of the boundary, which means that the people who are bought in Athena Residences don't look into another building. They're actually looking over our communal spaces and the pools. And the people who are buying building 2, same thing, you're going to have all those communal spaces between this development and the previous one. Athena Residences has really nice facilities. So you've got one pool, and in that one, again, a nicer sort of larger pool. You've got a sunken plaza, fire pit, indoor air facilities, kids playroom, gym, yoga room, on-site manager, so you got a lovely lobby in there as well. All of ours has on-site managers. We don't sell our management rights. So if you do have investors on the EOI, we tick investor instead of owner-occupier, and we note that in our pipeline that that's going to be one of the ones to rent out. So, and we work to basically have tenants ready to go to move in as soon as they settle. So yeah, same on this one. So Athena Residences, yes, one pool plus those indoor facilities, outdoor dining, fire pit, I've said that already. Athena Keys, we've gone 2 pools. On the second pool, it's also going to have an outdoor spa. Again, still got your gym, your kids' playroom, your lobby. We always do a residence lounge, so that's a really nice space. We did it on level 2 over there. On these 2 developments, we've done it on the ground floor, overlooking the pool area. It's just nice for people living in an apartment. I think they've got that space then. If they have a birthday or a kids' party or something like that, they can rent out that space to use. Oh. And they can rent out that. Sorry.
Oh, she's just on the meeting. Oh, there she goes. Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, they can rent out that space to use, even just for the residents in there. They can have like drinks on a Friday afternoon or something together. So we do have those sort of community spaces to use. So yeah, residence lounge, as I said, is in there. 2 pools on Athena Keys. Now, Athena Keys, we've got plenty of stock in there at the moment. So we've got some left poolside. We've sold out super quickly. We haven't even got renders done of this one. We haven't got we're working on finalising all the finishes so we can get an internal render done. We're just in the current market and we're very competitively priced. There's not a lot of this sort of stock on the North Shore, like new apartments, and with those kind of facilities that we offer. Also, body corporates are really low. So I think our average in Athena Keys is about 70 a week. So that's your current one that we're doing. So yeah, so they've literally just sold themselves. So we've got a couple left on the pool side. On the waterfront, your cheapest 2-bed starts at $825. So $825, $830, $845, that's sort of your ballpark figures. They're 2 baths, 2 car, 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 cars. So everything on the waterfront has 2 cars. On the pool side, we've sold out of our 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 cars. Everything on the pool side that's left is 2 bed with 1 car. And they're around that $630 to up to $650 sort of price range. Any questions on that so far? No? All good? So that's the pricing. We're just starting to release some 3 beds in there now. So our plan was to kind of finish off selling our 3 beds in here before releasing the 3 beds. As I said, we've only got the 2 Sky homes, and that price point is, as I said, just under 1.7 to just under 2. So that's a higher price range, whereas the ones that we're just starting to release are around that sort of 1.1 to 1.2, so slightly under that sort of margin. Finishes wise, as I said, we haven't confirmed that for Athena keys. They're not going to be dissimilar to what you see here. I guess the way we're kind of describing it is sort of like when you have your cars, they'll do a mid-range sort of facelift, so not a completely new model, but they'll do like a midway upgrade. So that's kind of what we're going to do, because we've had lots of positive feedback. We've also only had this kitchen in less than 6 months, I think, so we're trying to like get a bit more time out of it. That's a 3-bedroom sky home kitchen, so that is actually, some of our sky homes have an even bigger island bench than that, so they are really big spaces. Just speaking of space, by the way, our smallest 2-bed is 80 internal, and then your externals, our balconies around sort of 15 to 17 is our smallest, and then an average really is 20 metres. So you're looking at sort of 100 square metres total for a 2-bed on the pool side. On the waterfront, they're 104 to 110 internal plus balcony. So you're looking more around 130 on the waterfront. So they're very, very good size, very good. Good for owner occupiers, but even I think for your investors, they're a good product because they're getting more bang for their buck. We don't do short-term leasing, so as part of our DA, we just don't do that. So we don't do holiday letting. It's not what our business model is. So as I said, we have our on-site manager, but she's in there. Her role is to find a long-term tenant for the investors. So yeah, obviously we go in for at least a 6 or 12-month lease. To give you an idea as well, those ones over there, poolside in Grant Avenue, facing, so the pool is in sort of behind the road in there. Originally they were renting out for around 500 a week, whenever a couple, a year and a half ago. But now in this current market, they're getting between 600 and 650 a week. So they're renting out extremely well, and that's on par with our current pricing of our 2 beds pool facing. So they're around 630 to 650 a week is what I said. So that gives you a 5.2% yield on average. So if you wanted to go over this way, I can take you through the kitchen and everything. And this is a very early render of the keys. So that's the new one that are called waterfront buildings. So that particular one there will go along the waterfront there, so we'll actually look over that way. So that's a very, very early render. So there'll be a lot more refined. So this is Athena Residences, so the one that's under construction. In a couple of weeks, we'll have a render that looks more like this, so as you can see the difference in quality. So I'll start in here. So kitchen, as I said, this is a 3-bed sky home. The tiles that you see here, that's what will be used in all of our 2 bedrooms across the board. We will keep these tiles for Athena keys. We get heaps of positive feedback, so there's no need to change them. So that's something that definitely will stay. The 3 beds actually get 2-pack finish. So this isn't a 2-pack finish, this is a laminate. We do that to try and show the 2-bed buyers what they're going to get, because otherwise we've just got everything 3 beds. We sort of did a blend. I think in our next kitchen though, we're going to put the 2-pack in because it just presents a lot nicer. So the 3 beds get Miele, and then the 2-bed waterfront get Miele products as well. We have natural gas, so there'll be gas to all of those. The only difference is because of the size of the kitchen, you get a 900 mil on your 3-bed, you get a 600 mil on the 2-bed, but still Miele. On the pool side, they'll get Bosch or equivalent. So we use Bosch across the board over there. Everyone's been really happy with it. Miele dishwasher on the waterfront as well. So that's integrated on the sky homes. Everything is soft close. So across the board, whether it's investment or owner occupier, they're all your soft close, under-mounted sink, 40 mil benches on 3 beds, 20 mil like on the back here on your 2 beds. Wine fridges, so we do these with our sky homes and also all our 2-bed waterfront stock. So the butler's pantry, that's only a 3-bed option. We don't obviously have the space to do that in a 2-bed. Now your bathrooms over here, all of the apartments will have an indoor toilet system. So whether they're investment, owner occupier stock, they've all got that, all floor-to-ceiling tiles. So this is the Athena Residences bathroom, so the one that's under construction. But I can tell you already from looking at the very early sort of sketches and renders that we're doing for Athena Keys, it's not going to be hugely different. So we're looking at, you know, those sort of vertical panels that you're seeing a lot of at the moment. We're looking at doing maybe something like that. But we'll keep, so this is Corian. They're fantastic. You don't get any mold or anything. They're all one piece. So you don't have any bench like bowls sitting on top with any silicon around if it's going to get moldy or deteriorate over time. So they're one piece. We're going to keep them because they just work really well. Brush nickel tack wet, that will stay. We're going to do the LED lit mirrors again, which is good, great for makeup, great for the shading, all those kind of things, having that nice lighting. So what you see here isn't going to vary. As I said, I think what we're looking at doing, at least in the Sky Homes, in the next one, is doing it out of the wall for your taps, just some little tweaks of that, so they will move to there. These might have some different paneling on it, but it's very, very similar, if not the same colour scheme. The bath is a 3-bed option only. All 2 beds have a shower, double shower heads, same colour, that will stay. Yep. Facilities wise, if you have a look on there, there's some renders. The gym that we did in Grand Avenue was actually designed by Michelle Bridges, so she came to our launch originally all that time ago, and it's a fantastic gym. So it's, yeah, all the residents over there have been super happy with it. It's all commercial grade equipment. This is your residence lounge. So this was on level 2 over there. As I said, we've done it on the ground floor overlooking the pool area and the next 2 developments. But what you see there isn't dissimilar to what we're going to provide. So it'll just be a nice lounge space. We'll have like a table or whatever. It'll have a sink and some usable spaces like a wet area so that you can have a function in there if you want. Kids playroom, that generally goes next door to the gym. The idea there is that mum or dad wants to have a quick workout or they can pop the kids in there, keep an eye on them with a few little toys. So we've done that in 372 Marine Parade, we've done that over there in Grand Avenue, and we'll continue to do that. Just a lot of families now with the price of living in different things and moving into apartments, it's cheaper. They don't have to then go and pay for a gym membership, they've got kids. So we're just trying to take all of that into account. It's appealing for both the owner occupiers, but again, even for investors, because we're offering all of these things for the tenants to obviously use. What you see up there, that's the carpet. We use the same carpet across the board. So whether you're looking at a townhouse or an apartment, the carpet's only in bedrooms. We do not do carpet in living areas. No one wants carpet in living areas. So you'll have it fully tiled. So this tile here that you see is the same tile that you've got in the kitchen. In our 3-bed Sky Homes in our waterfront marina collection, they're done in a timber flooring. So the D-type and the marinas, they actually have a beautiful herringbone timber design floor. So that they look stunning. If they wanted a straight lay, they can have it, but we offer it in a herringbone. So that should finish. Any questions about any of that? All good? Yep. Take a question to the model now. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. So this is Athena Residences model. So this is what we're currently doing there. So this is sold out, that's sold out. The only thing we have left is a couple of D types. So they're on that corner there. So as I said, level 4 and level 1. So level 1 there, that particular terrace there is 122, I think, 122 square meters. So that external space is like the same size as literally a waterfront 2-bedroom apartment. So it's huge. So the balconies above it, all of those balconies, so level 4 included, have 55 square meter balconies. So they're huge as they are. Again, that's like a 1-bedroom apartment on a balcony. So they will have 55 square meters of covered roof, and then they'll have that extra 50 square meters of open terrace area in front of them. So it's great for somebody if they want to have their pot plants and barbecue and more entertaining areas. And as you can see, they'll have their own gatehouse directly down to the boardwalk. It will have a lockable gate on the side here, so you don't have public access back into the development. So we've done the same thing around the boardwalk over there on Grand Avenue. The residences can get down, but to get back up, they'll have to have their swipe keys in their fob to get back in. So it prevents people getting into the development off the boardwalk. So that's from a security perspective. But yeah, we've got their own little gatehouses down there. Level 1, it's about 1.8 meters above the boardwalk. So it's not like it's literally on the ground floor. So that's why we call it level 1 on ground. So from this end, they'll come in on ground floor. But to be honest, like that's been the appealing thing, and while they've all sold super quick in the ground floors, they can walk out, they can literally lock up and leave, they can walk along the boardwalk, cross over the road and walk straight over to the Woolworths over there or grab a coffee, and they don't even have to go through the lobby. So we have those same ones available at Athena Keys as well. So yeah, but just the stock side of things, you've got your D types here. Everything else is sold out, but then Athena Keys, which as I said is a similar design, you're going to have 2 beds and 3 beds on the waterfront from $825 and around 1.1 to 1.2 is your cheapest 3 bed that we'll have on the waterfront. So we'll have a similar mix. We're going to do the marina berths as well. They're optional, so we can allocate one to a buyer if they want to. Then we'll give them first right of refusal on that. If they wanted to use it as investment property, they can keep the marina berths for themselves as well. But you have to own the property in the development to be able to purchase one in here. So there is no external use or external sales of the marina berth. They have to be sold to another owner in the building as well. Again, just protecting the value and the quality of the development. Any questions on any of that? No? All good? I think that's about it, other than I might just show you quickly location-wise. This is a very old photo. So all of this is like built out now. You've got all Myra built in there. You've got all Delta. Those townhouses that are being built over there in front of the shops. You can see the shopping centre still under construction there. So that's your Hope Island Marketplace. That has the biggest Woolworths store of Queensland in there. So that's one of their flagship stores, they're actually called. So they've got a couple of them, about half a dozen around Australia. And this is Queensland. So Woolworths does their research. They know that this is a great sort of growth corridor, the northern end, and they've chosen this to be their spot for their best store in Queensland. Hope Island will have them there, and then you've also got your bus stops here. So again, I'm just thinking from an investment perspective, you've got your public transport, your walking distance to shopping centres, all of those kind of things. And Hope Island Road, you can go this way and you're out towards the water really easy. And if you want to go that way, you're out at the N1 in like 5 minutes from here. So you can go either way. The airports, you're really well connected. You can go to Coolangatta or Brisbane Airport. So there's lots of different things why I think Hope Island has been selling so well. It ticks so many boxes. So this site here is now where Grant Avenue is. So you've got building 1, building 2. This is the one that's currently under construction behind you over there. And then this site here is for Athena Keys. So building 1 will go there, building 2 will go here, with the pools in between. And then your townhouse development's up here. So that's 35 Grant Avenue. So I guess the other appealing side for this particular site, it's a cul-de-sac. It's not a thoroughfare, it doesn't go anywhere. It's a really lovely, well-maintained, they're all beautiful waterfront homes along here. So this particular site, that's been part of the appeal for people. They don't particularly want to be in apartments, they'd rather a townhouse or their owner occupier, and they really like that nice quiet cul-de-sac that's located in. All of this has all just recently been done up, the park, so it's got an awesome big playground down there now for the kids and everything, and the tennis courts. All of that's already completed, that's been completed down there. So there's not actually a lot of land left in this little area. So, which is why we're finishing up once we do what we do here. So that's the location.
Did we talk about completion dates?
Yeah. So this one here, we're starting in this part. This one we're starting about June this year. So we're almost sold out. We've only got a couple to go, and with that old house that's on here, we're about to knock that down. So we're clearing the site, and that will start about June. And they'll be completed about June next year. This one is already under construction, so that one will be finished about March next year. So that this time next year, they're done. This one here, we're starting about July to September. I like being conservative, and I'm saying September. So we'll start September, which means, again, 12 months. So those buildings both take about 12 months to do. And that was 105 or 110 per building. So, and that's a similar mix. So Athena Keys is 90. So that's how we're able to give you quite an accurate timeline for construction, but we've done similar designs literally across the road. So we're dealing with the same soil. We already know how long it takes to do our basements. That's where all that time goes, is getting all that done. So yeah, 12 months. So this one's 12 months away. This one will be 12 months from, say, September. Yeah. And as I don't know if you heard before, but I was saying we're a builder developer, so we're not dealing with external builders. So we don't have any challenges of whether or not we're going to get built. So that's our head of construction who just walked in before, Nathan. That's Steve, he's one of our head of the building team, whatever over there. We're all part of the same company. So they're in Eco Construction. I'm the business development manager here, but we're all part of Eco. So there is no external parties that we have to work with. Yeah. I guess from a sales perspective, I would remain your point of contact. So as BDM, I sort of work with the external agents here. So Christy's got my contact details, pass them on. You've already got your form. Have you got your form 6s sorted?
Yeah, we sent them
You
back.
sent them back in. Yeah, cool. And I think I sent you a Dropbox already. Did I? No. Okay, so we'll get on to that. Yeah. So I've got a Dropbox for this one, for the Sky Homes. We haven't got a Dropbox ready for this one yet because we're selling faster than we can get the marketing material. So I've got plans. I've got a master plan I can show you, which shows the two sites side by side, because that's really what I was explaining before. So Athena Keys will go here, and then you've got your pools in the middle, and the garden space here, and then building 2 will go along here. So the setback between building 2 and building 2 of this one is significant. And obviously this one doesn't matter because they're used this way anyway. And people on this side, they're looking back over the pool. But it's more the people who are bought in there, they're not going to be looking straight into another building because we put that building back here and put the facilities in the middle. Yeah. So from a sales perspective, I'll get that information to you. We work on an expression of interest. If you're working closely with the client, I always tell agents get the EOI first and tell them then they can have it for a couple of days and then we ask our questions, because it's happened numerous times lately. You'll be working and know how hard you might work, especially with investors. They want all the numbers, they want a rental appraisal, they want this, they want that. And by the time we get there, it's sold. Yeah. So I always say express that urgency to them. Say, look, let's put it on hold. It's $1,000. It's fully refundable if they change their mind. It doesn't happen that often. Usually we get them across the line. It can also be subject to inspection. So we can put it on hold, subject to inspection. You would then contact me and say, hey, look, I've got an EOI, call me when you're working on one and say, hey, I'm about to do one, is it still available? And if it's not, I will find you the next best thing or one in the same stack or something that might be on hold. But then we'll reserve that one for your client. And then from there, we can do it, as I said, subject to inspection. We would work out a time that's suitable to yourself, the client and me. Ideally, we like us to all be here because you've got that relationship with that person. When you bring them here to me, I'll pretty much get the job done for you. Because I know the project back to front. So any questions that they might have that you may not have been sure of, that's why I say if you can get the EOI and get them just on the area and ready to go, once you bring them here, I can explain everything about the location, talk about the property management, talk about the finishes, any of those things we may be unsure of. We do have some dimensional plans available for the Sky Homes. If they're an owner occupier and they want something like that, we can always get that for them as well. I don't do much of that stuff before an EOI, just letting you know. We won't do rental appraisals, get dimensions, all of that, because it's wasting your time, my time, and we have to pay an architect to do that sort of stuff. So the first step is always get the EOI first, and then if they're serious and they can put that $1,000 down, then anything else that we can provide to help you get that sale done, we will do our best to help you to do that. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Are you done with
Do we have any questions on Zoom? No? Don't think so. No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
How many of there is in the team?